Hello everyone, my name's Linda Morgan and I'd like to welcome you into my greenhouse for today's podcast. When lockdown started back in March, I enthusiastically turned to gardening. The result was that a couple of weeks later I had a garden more or less cleared of weeds, but with big bare patches. With all the garden centres closed, I had nothing to plant in those patches except some sweet pea seeds that I'd been given at Christmas. However, a gardener friend came to my aid. She had several packets of seeds which were labelled really easy to grow and sent them to me. I planted them just before Easter and to my delight one seed, just one, germinated quite quickly. And then nothing. Gardening is a real exercise in patience. Several times I was tempted to throw the whole lot out, but I persevered watering them, and about 10 days ago my patience was rewarded to my delight, and this is currently the result. Quite a long way to go before I get flowers in my flower bed, but they're moving in the right direction. All except those sweet peas. They germinated quite quickly, but failed to grow very far, and now they're looking quite weedy. Further inspection has shown that they've become pot-bound. No more room for their roots to grow and the plants to develop. I've been thinking quite a lot about patience this last week. Easing lockdown has been great, but somehow, for me at least, the relaxing of restrictions has brought home what I've been missing. It's made me even more impatient for the next stage of unlocking and seeing our grandchildren face to face again. Somehow, that small loosening of restrictions has brought home what a long way we still have to go. Patience is a fruit of the Spirit, one that Paul talks about in Galatians. It should be a natural quality of a living and growing Christian faith, in the same way that fruit is the natural product of a living plant. Patience has both external and internal qualities. You'll probably immediately think about the external quality, such as patience in terms of living in the present restrictions, the patience to trust in an uncertain world that we're still in God's hands. But patience also has an internal component, the quality of being able to be patient with yourself. You might have started lockdown with all sorts of good intentions to use the time to grow spiritually, and now you feel that you don't have too much to show for it. But have patience and keep persevering, like I kept on watering my seedlings. Sometimes growing spiritually needs something a bit more radical. My sweet peas won't grow any more until I free up the roots by planting them out in the garden. It's a bit risky. They might get caught in a frost, but it's necessary. For us too, growing in faith might mean daring to do something a bit risky for God and trusting Him for the outcome. I'll leave you to think about what that might mean for you. One of our set psalms to today, Psalm 126, is a great song of joy to the Lord for the restoration of Jerusalem. It was composed when the Israelites returned from exile in Babylon, an exile that lasted for 70 years. They must have had incredible patience. Listen to the first few verses. When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. It made me imagine the songs that we might sing, looking ahead to better days, hopefully not 70 years ahead. The closing verses of the psalm remind us of the importance of being patient. It can feel really discouraging when our external circumstances don't change, or we feel that we're stuck spiritually. But take horticultural encouragement from the psalmist. Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. God bless, and carrying on gardening.